Hi, good morning. Let's get this set up. We're hopefully close enough where I can see what's going on and far enough away that you can see a little bit of the backyard. Let's see if we lift it up a little more backyard. Oh. Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 395, and we're here live in Southwest Florida in my beautiful backyard. Hi, Lisa and Christy, Joe, Judy. If you're joining live, please say hello. I'd love to say good morning to you. Good morning, Mar. Glad you could be here. Hi, Judy. Hi, Donna, Grace, Lily. Hi, Dana. Good morning. Glad you all could be here. Hi, Margaret, Harbin, not sure I read that right. Dorothy, Joe, Cherie. Thanks, Lisa. Another Marshall's find. Hi, Carol. I live across the street from a Marshall's. It's very tempting to go over there. In fact, I found socks for Marlon there yesterday that were 50% off of what I've been buying him for years. Oh, anyway, he blows through socks playing tennis. He has to have, you know, the athletic socks and the tall ones, and we pay a lot of money in socks because he burns holes through them on a regular basis, and I found that I could find them for almost half price, $11.99 instead of $19.99 for a 6-pack, and man, that was an awesome find last night, so I bought their entire selection. They had 4 packs, and I wiped the whole shelf. Hi, Judy. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Jill. Hi, Paris. I think this is Paris. Christine. I blend into my backyard, Christine says. That's not a bad thing, I think. I'll take it. Kimberly's working on the Santabella shawl. Wonderful. That's a fun one. Thank you, Christine. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. Glad you could be here. Hi, Elizabeth. All right, well, thank you all for being here. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 395. How did that happen? I don't know, but I'm so glad you all could be here with me this morning. I have a few things I brought with me to do a little show and tell and some talking about this morning. Yesterday we had a brief discussion on hairpin lace. And although it's really difficult to do a demo here in the live stream podcast, I do have really great demos on hairpin lace on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my channel after the podcast, you can search hairpin lace and they'll pop up. You can always use to do more. And if there's something you don't see there that you'd like more tutorial on, please feel welcome to leave me a suggestion. Let's see. Hi, Freezaby. Hi, Maria. Hi, Cindy. Glad you all could be here. So yesterday I mentioned all of the books that I have that have projects that have hairpin lace in them. So I brought those books with me this morning so that I could show you the projects that we referenced yesterday. In Crochet So Fine, I'm sure a lot of you already have this book, but I just wanted to show you a reminder. Oh, I have one other book with hairpin lace. I should probably run to my studio and get it. Would you mind? It'll take only a couple of seconds. I'll run. But here's the Tranquil, what's it called? Tranquil hairpin lace tunic. And this one is such a popular pattern. Lots of people have made it. I miss mine. I gave mine away as a gift years ago, and I'd love to make one again. So this is done in strips of hairpin lace. So there's no shaping whatsoever. You just make strips and join them. So that one's one of the simpler ones to do. Let me run to my studio. I'll be back in 10 seconds. All right, hopefully that didn't take too long. Sorry about that, but I wanted to show you that I also have a project in wrapped in crochet that is another traditional technique for hairpin lace, but a little bit different. This is where you join them with increases and decreases to create a chevron stripe, and this one's really pretty too. Let's see if there's a better close-up. Well, here's a close-up. You can see here you join a lot together or not a lot together, and so you create that serpentine effect. Super pretty. Hi, Nikki. And then you can see the scarf a little bit better here. So that's also hairpin lace. This book is wrapped in crochet. That was my first book, actually. So then, I think this was my second book. So I showed you the wavy scarf in there. So we're going through all of the different ways you can do hairpin lace. So I showed you how to do increases and decreases in the scarf here, then how to make a garment by sewing the strips together in this one. Then the next book, oh, this one's really cool. So in this book, Crochet So Lovely, I show you how to take hairpin lace and turn it into medallions so that you have motifs that you can join as you go. How cool is that? That's also hairpin lace. Here's a great close-up of one of the motifs. And after the video, if you go and watch, look for my hairpin lace tutorial video, you can learn how to do all of these different things. Isn't that amazing? So I was inspired by seeing a picture of a passion flower, and it was passion fruit flower or passion flower? I get confused now. I think it was a passion fruit flower. Anyways, it had those long strips on it like that, and it gave me the inspiration to create a motif like that. And I thought, what better way to do that than to use hairpin lace? So you can learn how to do that on my tutorial video as well. Then, was that the only one that's hairpin lace in here? Maybe. No, I think there's two. I did a hairpin lace hat in this book too. So there's two ways to do hairpin lace in the hat. You do the crown with a motif, then you do strips for the other two sections of the hat. Isn't that cool? So that's combining strips and motif, all in hairpin lace. And then in continuous crochet, I took strips and did a top-down increasing shawl in hairpin lace. Let's find it. Here it is. Oh, this is just describing that it's in this section. Okay, let's find it in there. Here we go. This is so beautiful. So this is hairpin lace strips that get larger as you go, and so it's a top-down increasing shawl that ends up being a half circle shape, and then a beautiful lace edging along the bottom. Some of you are saying that you think you have a full KO library of books. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Here's another photo of the hairpin lace top-down shawl. And here's a picture of the beautiful edging that you work in traditional crochet. So pretty. I saw a photo. A friend of mine was on vacation in Mexico and sent me a photo of a hammock that had a beautiful edging on it. And that's what inspired me to do this particular edging on the shawl. So those are the projects that I was talking about yesterday in the podcast. I thought it'd be fun to show you. If you joined yesterday and are here today, there's a follow-up for all of the things that we referenced yesterday without photos. Does anybody have any questions about those projects? Good morning, Sherry. Glad you could be here. Hi, Tammy. Good morning. Somebody did some hairpin lace research yesterday, I see. That's good. Yeah, I've got a great tutorial on it here on YouTube. So if after the podcast you want to go to my channel and search hairpin lace, you can find it. No, Cherie, hairpin lace is not that difficult to learn. It is cumbersome when you're joining the strips, but that's why my video is so helpful, because it shows you the tips and tricks for how to line them up and how to keep things safe. There are lifelines that you use in this. We talked about lifelines for knitting the other day in a podcast, and I said sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, and if you're interested, absolutely use them. Well, here's an example with hairpin lace. I would say 100% of the time you should use lifelines. And if you watch the tutorial video on it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It is absolutely essential for keeping your strips straight so that when you're joining them to other strips, you don't get twisted or just messed up. It's very easy to make mistakes without the lifelines. So having lifelines makes it super duper a lot easier. Good morning from UK. Glad you could be here, Margaret. Hi, Anna. Yep, there isn't a video for the top, Christine. That's why you can't find it. There's just a tutorial video on hairpin lace so far. If I make the top again, I would do another video for sure. Okay, so other thing I want to talk about, Mother's Day is this coming weekend, and there's still plenty of time if your mom is a crafter and you want to order yarn or books or supplies for her. There's still plenty of time to order from my shop, and I can ship and get it to you before this weekend. If you want to buy her body products or bags or any of the other accessory products that I sell, all of those would be available at this point as well. So if you decide to buy Mother's Day gifts, there's still plenty of time if you order today for me to still ship and get it to you in time if you're interested in doing Mother's Day gifts from my shop. The other thing that I thought would make a great Mother's Day gift, and a small, if you wanted to make something, is to make bags. And so I brought a couple of samples of some of my bag patterns to show you this morning, and to tell you and to show you how I made them, what I made them with, and where you can find the patterns. Starting with an older one. This one is from Crochet So Lovely, and this is a felted crochet bag. And so what it is crochet motifs that you join as you go. Even the embossed flower is part of the motif. And once you felt this fabric, it turns that crochet motif into this texture that looks like laser cut leather. And in fact, that's what my inspiration was when I made this bag. I wanted to have a lacy texture felted so that it would look like a laser cut leather bag that I saw at the store and loved. And what's great is because the flower is part of the motif, there's no sewing it on, so it's extremely secure on the bag. So for this one, you would need a feltable wool like Be So Brave. This one used worsted weight, and so once you make it, it's much bigger than this when you make it. Then you pop it in the washing machine and it shrinks down. Isn't that beautiful? You could do that in multiple colors. You wouldn't necessarily have to do it all in one color, but I really love this bag. I think it's so unusual. Then a couple of the other bags that I have, this one is one of my most popular patterns. This is the sand dollar bag, and this one I have a pattern for it on my website. There is a great tutorial video for it here on YouTube as well. And this one, you take square motifs and turn them on the diagonal to create a different kind of a look with motifs, and that's what gives you this shaping for the top of the bag. This is done in Be So Bare yarn, which is my #2 sport weight organic cotton. And it's called the sand dollar bag. And how cute would that be to make a last minute Mother's Day gift? You could fill it with other goodies. It could be the gift bag, right? You could hand make the gift bag and then fill it with goodies for your mom or for whoever you're celebrating on Mother's Day. It's not always moms that we celebrate. Sometimes it's just someone that we care about. Sometimes it's just an excuse to be kind to people, right? This one is also crochet. Did I forget to bring knit bags? I forgot to bring knit bags. Oh well, maybe I can show you one in here. So this one is from Motif Magic. And there is a knit and a crochet bag in this book. So if you have that book, there's still time to make either of those bags. This is the Madison bag. Also square motifs done on the diagonal to give us this great top, the great top points on there. And also I think just making the bag handmade and then filling it with goodies is such a lovely gift presentation. This one is done in Be So Serene yarn, which is number 2 sport weight organic cotton in hand-dyed colorways in. And I can show you that one in Motif Magic. And then I can, oh, here's the other bag. This is the knit bag in Motif Magic. This is the Muriel, also felted. This one's knit with a beautiful star motif, and then it's felted. So pretty. And then let's see, then we have the Madison bag. Here's the Madison bag, that's the crochet one in the book. So if you already have this book, there's 2 bag projects that you could make in time for Mother's Day still. And then I also brought 80 handmade gifts because there are some bag patterns in here too. Oh, starting with right on the cover, but we'll see better pictures inside. Here's one of the bag patterns that are crocheted, and here's one that's knit. I should have brought these out, but I don't know, I guess I forgot. Now let's see if I, oh, here's a couple more bag patterns. Okay, so here's the Marlene bag. I think you'd have plenty of time to make any one of these still for Mother's Day and then fill it with store-bought gifts. So there's the Marlene bag, so pretty. That one's done in Be So Fresh linen yarn, which is number 2 sport weight. This one is the Hope bag, just kind of like an eyeglass case or for putting little gifts in. You could line any of these as well. Here's the Abigail bag, done in number 2 sport weight yarn as well. This one's done in Be So Serene. Let's see, and then we'll flip over to the knit projects and find the knit bags. Oh, here's the Maggie bag. All of these have tutorial videos here on my YouTube channel too. There's the Maggie bag done in Be So Sporty bling yarn. It's a drawstring bag, so cute. And it has little beads on the ends of the ties. Plenty of time to make that for Mother's Day. Here's the Calliope bag, a small little bag. You put sunglasses in there, just little trinkets of some kind. And then here's the Carrie bag, which is more of a market bag. And that one's one of the knit ones, also done in a number 2 sport weight. This is Be So Serene yarn. So pretty. Wish I'd have thought to bring it out here, but anyway. So that's a lot of bag patterns. Does anybody have any questions? Yep, there's videos for all of the patterns I referenced in 80 Handmade Gifts, and there's videos for all of the patterns in I referenced in Motif Magic today. Barbara wants to make the carry bag. You should. Now, if you don't have either of these books and you still want to make something in time for Mother's Day, they're both available as ebooks. So if you wanted to get, and all of the patterns are available as individual downloads. So if you wanted to get the pattern right away so you could get started and make a bag for Mother's Day, any of those patterns would be available for an instant download or the books as well. Oh, Nancy, that's a good idea. Her mom's in a nursing home, so she made a small bag with a tie that not a tie, but a handle that goes around her neck, so her cell phone's handy. That's a great idea for in a nursing home. I agree. Hi, Sybil. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Everyone's wowing at something you said. I missed it. Edna, I do too. The birds are so sweet. I have my little helpers here this morning. Bjorn's sleeping in the chair here, and Becker is sleeping on this one over here. Can we get him in camera? There he is. Oh, not quite sleeping. Almost sleeping. My sweet little helpers. Does anybody have any other questions? Snowflake. Someone's talking about snow still. Yikes. Am I going to list those books on a link here? They're all listed on my website. If you go to the books page, they're all there. And there are links to my website in the video description. If you have trouble finding anything, by all means, let me know. But there should be links for how to find everything in the video description. Yes, my director and producer. I'm not sure who's who, but yeah, they're the director and producer. Yes, is that say Grandma Luli? Yes, they're both named after tennis players. That is correct. Well, I started with a Viking / tennis player name for Bjorn because I wanted Viking names and Marlon wanted tennis names, so that's a mix. And then after that we went with Becker. So it's Bjorn Borg and Boris Becker are who the tennis players that the kitties are named after. And Marlon approved of that. Plumeria is doing very well. Thanks for asking. So look at how gigantic our leaves are now. We've got quite a few flowers and even a few sections of buds that haven't opened yet. So it's doing very well. As you can see, there's tons of flowers that have been knocked down to the ground. Not sure why. And I gotta tell you, it does not have a very fragrant scent. If I put my nose right in the center of a blossom, I can kind of smell something sweet, but everybody's told me how amazing Plumeria smells, and I don't know if there's something about my nose or what, but I can't smell it. But that's okay, it's still so beautiful. Hey, why don't we go out there and I'll show you a close-up of the flowers. Because I gotta tell you, as a math-loving fiber artist designer, you're going to see what I love about the geometry of these blossoms. I can't reach the ones that are still up there, so I'm going to pick one up off the floor, off the ground. It's a little messed up. When they're still on the tree, they have this perfect geometry to them of a 5-petal, and they're overlapped a little bit. Does that kind of show up in the smut? Yeah, it smells really good if I stick my nose in there. Now I love the ombre in there too. Look at how it gradients from the dark yellow out to the white. And then on the back side you can see the pink. So you can definitely see where I got my colors from when I dyed the yarn into the Plumeria colorway. I picked up a little bit on the green leaves and a little bit on that blush peach on the back side of the petals, and then went with a golden yellow for the center. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. I can't believe how incredibly beautiful they are. Let's do a little update then. Oh, I have an orchid over here that has blossoms on it. This is that super old orchid that has its new shoot of blossoms, which is so pretty. And then we all know and love my amazing bougainvillea. A little update on my pineapple. Here's my pineapple, not looking so great. And then here are the plumerias that have been replanted. None of them have blossoms on there. So I'm wondering if maybe they take a couple of years to get blossoms, but they definitely all have leaves, so they look really healthy. And I'm guessing all that. Does that go low enough? There we go. And then the one other thing in my yard is my flowering aloe vera that Marlon got me for Christmas. It's looking really good. I don't see any new shoots for a new flower yet though, but I'll be patient. This flower does smell good when I'm up close to it. I'm just surprised I can't smell them when I sitting next to the tree, that's all. Okay, back to the chair. So does anybody have any questions for me? Oh, Mar, thanks for letting me know yours doesn't have a strong scent either, because lots of people have told me how incredibly heavy and amazing the floral scent is. So I was really looking for, I was thinking like lilacs. You can smell lilacs from around the block back in Michigan. And it does smell nice when you're up close, but in my hair today? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's where that's gonna stay. Must it maybe this side? Oh yes, that is where that flower belongs. Yay. Yeah, my pineapple looks pretty good. It looks still hardy in the center. Um, I might need to trim those little brown bits from the edges. Okay, so you know what else I brought this morning? I brought, oh, Nancy's going to a Lilac Festival in New York this weekend. That sounds amazing. Yay for you. Have fun. Smell them for me too, please. Lilac's my favorite thing about Michigan, I think. Lilacs and apple cider. Okay, so I brought, yes, Cherie, if I ever get to Hawaii, I will be covered in flowers the entire time I'm there. I know it. I've wanted to go to Hawaii for my whole life, and one day I will get there. I brought all 5 of the Create, Share, Inspire journals today. So the first person who picks a number between 1 and 5, I will pick a quote from that issue, and we will talk about a quote today. Ooh, magnolia smells good too. Okay, Gretchen picked 3 first, so let's find 3. Here is issue 3. Wow, Cynthia says the best smelling bloom she ever smelled was a corn plant. My favorite is a lemon blossom, and one of these days I'm going to buy my first lemon tree, and when I do, I can't wait to smell the blossoms. But lemon's also one of my favorite things to eat, but yeah, lemon blossom is probably my favorite. Okay, so we're going to look into the 3rd issue of Create, Share, Inspire Notebook, and we're going to randomly pick. Oh, Nikki has lilacs in her backyard. That's awesome. Thanks, Melissa. Yes, whoever is asking, I have knitting and crochet books on my website. That is correct. Okay. We read that one recently, so let's flip again. This is a nice one. This one's from Walt Whitman. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. I love this one. What it makes me think about immediately is to just try to focus on positive stuff. And like I've said before, focusing on the positive doesn't mean you have to turn a negative situation and fake a positive thought about it. Think about anything positive. Just keep your focus towards the sun, towards positivity, towards your goals. And the more you focus on the good, the more the other stuff just falls behind. It sounds harder than it is. You just have to get started. That's it. Just try. That's it. And every little bit counts. It all works in connection with, so the more you do it, the better you get at it. The more you do it, the more focused you get on the good stuff, the more the bad stuff falls behind. It really does. And I know it sounds hard at the beginning. I know. I go through it too. You're not the only one. We all go through times when we're like, okay, but this one's really hard. I know. It's about focus. So focus on something else, even if it's for a minute, or if you can get up to 5 minutes. Focus on something good. Focus on something else. So let's read the quote again from Walt Whitman. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you. So true. Yes, and I agree. Words to live by. Absolutely. Oh, I can't get over my flower. It's making me smile just to look at the flower in my hair. Because once the camera goes off, I won't see it anymore. I'm going to keep it there, but I won't see it anymore. So I'm just so blown away by how cute that looks in my hair. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tammy. Yes, a nice suggestion. If you like my podcast, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and click the bell notification button so that you can be notified every time I go live. On lots of people's phones, that is a 2-part process where you click that bell to get the notifications, but then you have to go to the settings on your phone to turn on notifications for your YouTube app. But once you do that, you'll know every time I go live. I'm so glad you all could be here with me today. Don't forget to go check out my other videos. I've got thousands of tutorial videos on knitting and crochet, including one on hairpin lace like we talked about today, and separate videos on all of the bags that we talked about today as well. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day.